I'm not okay. I am not okay. I am not okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. That was a disgrace. That was an absolute disgrace. That was an embarrassment. And should never have happened. Should never have happened whatsoever. But it happened. As soon as Saquon Barkley dropped that ball, I just knew. I just knew. You let Kirk Cousins go 70 yards downfield in 60 seconds. You let Kirk Cousins do that. Unreal. Unreal. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. The Philadelphia Eagles, in their true home opener at the Link, utterly collapse and shit themselves when they had the game literally iced. Falcons had no timeouts. You were, 3rd and 3 or something like that? You had the game iced. All you had to do was get one first down. All you had to do was get one first down. Pass to Saquon Barkley, butterfingers it. You kick a field goal. And then you leave so many guys wide open downfield, fall apart. You have a drive to try to get it at least in the field goal range to give Jake Elliott a chance. And I hate to fucking say this, but I fucking called it on air. I hate myself for fucking calling it on air, but I just knew in that time Jalen Hurts was going to play hero ball, and that was a prime time for an interception. For a game-ending interception, fucking dagger. And it happened. And it happened. I hate calling it, but like I said, it was too fucking obvious. It was too fucking obvious for it to happen. What an embarrassment. What a joke. What a coaching malpractice at a lot of aspects of the game. A lot of it. Let's not forget. Why aren't you going for a field goal to start the game on your second drive when you get down the field into the red zone? Kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. I get aggressiveness. I get wanting to put them down. All that stuff. I get it. It's early in the game. Put him away. Not put him away. Kick the fucking field goal. Kick the fucking field goal. Go up by 3. Go up by 3. It's early in the game. You can use those points. Take the points and live another day. And then just the red zone play calling, the lack of using. I know Saquon made the crucial drop, but in the red zone, just in general, just the lack of being afraid to use Saquon Barkley in the red zone when the man scored 3 touchdowns last week. When the man scored 3 touchdowns last week, you don't use him at all, barely, in the red zone? What are we calling up here? What are we drawing up here? How many screen passes are we going to throw to fucking Britton Covey? And does Dallas Goedert exist in this playbook? Does Dallas Goedert exist in this playbook? This man should request a trade. He's barely getting used. When you don't have A.J. Brown, you have to rely on Devontae Smith. Cal Quintero got fucking more catches, it felt like, than Dallas Goedert. Like, that's a joke. That is a joke. Dallas Goedert got 3 receptions. Okay, Cal Quintero got 2 to start the game. But Britton Covey got more receptions than Dallas Goedert. Saquon Barkley got more receptions than Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert got 3 receptions. He only was targeted 4 times. That is can't happen. Can't happen. I thought Dallas Goedert was supposed to be an underrated tight end in this league. Why aren't you utilizing him at all? At all. If I'm Dallas Goedert, I am fucking screaming at this coaching staff for not using me. Ridiculous. And then when you get down to the end of the game, in that scenario where Saquon Barkley drops the ball, you're 3rd and 3 in that scenario, right? You're 3rd and 3. Why aren't you running the ball? Why didn't you run the ball? Run the ball. If you don't get the first down, you get a couple of yards out of that, you push it for a first down. Why are we getting cute here? And yes, Saquon should have caught the ball. This is not me saying that he should. Run the ball. Run the ball. Saquon showed the ability 2 weeks in a row that he can make explosive plays running it. We all know this. We all know this. Why aren't you running at 3rd and 3? Why aren't you running at 3rd and 3? The worst, you get 2 yards out of it. You worse, get 2 yards out of it, and you got to tush push it for a first down. And then at worst, if you somehow don't get the tush push on the 4th and 1, the Falcons are pinned in at their own end zone. They're not at the 30. How do you let that completely blow up in your face? Pure reminders of last year's game in Seattle, where they lost to Drew fucking Lock. Remember when that happened? Remember when Drew Lock went down the field and won the game for the Seahawks last year? Oh, yeah. Kirk Cousins is a way better quarterback than Drew Lock, but Kirk Cousins has sucked in these first 2 games. And you let him, with ease, 70 yards in 60 seconds, under a minute? No, that can't happen. That can't happen at all. Defense fucking blows. I'm sorry. This defense fucking blows. This defensive front sucks. Sucks. Yeah, they made some good plays in this game. They finally got a fucking sack Milton Williams out of all people. They made a huge stop on 4th and 1 to even get you into that position to ice the game, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and he got fucking lucky with the helmet situation. Yeah, the defense was making stops in the red zone for a majority of the game, but like I said, you can't rely on the defense, and that's what it felt like this team was doing. They were just relying on the defense. They're not going to win you the game. And then you saw it on the last drive. People getting fucking burned in coverage. People slipping. People just getting juked all around. Darius Slay slipping. On the touchdown. What was it, by London, or was it? I forget at the end of the day. And don't even get me started with the fucking run defense, too. The run defense, shitty. Trash. This defensive front sucks. Bryce Huff, once again, not existent. Not existent at all. Nolan Smith, not existent. Your edge rushers are fucking invisible. No wonder why Bryce Huff wears fucking 0. He's making 0 impact. Yeah, going for it on 3 at the beginning of the game. Yeah, it didn't cost you the game, but it definitely was a difference maker. Think it to yourselves. If you put that field goal, you most likely win this game, because it would be 24 at that point. You would have 24 points at the end of the day. You would have won this game. So that in turn fucked you over. Play calling just throughout this game, scoring, just terrible. Jalen Hurts had some big runs in this game. It all gets overshadowed with playing hero ball at the end, and he made way too many mental mistakes in the beginning of the game. There was a situation here, and I believe it was on that play when they went for it on 4th down, where they didn't kick the field goal. Jalen Hurts, I believe it was 3rd and 6. It was 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, whatever it was. Jalen Hurts scrambles to his left. There's a lot of space open there by the first down marker. He chooses to throw it into the end zone, gets broken up. Jalen Hurts refused to run there. If he runs, he probably gets a first down. At worst, he gets a 4th and 1. And you push it in to get the first down. So Jalen Hurts refusing to run to there in general cost you. And then, for some reason, you decided to go for it on 4th down, where it looked like at first you were trying just to draw them offside, but then you call a timeout, and then you go for it regardless. It was a play to Dallas Goedert, I think, and that gets broken up. What are we doing here in the end zone? A.J. Brown can't make your offense that inefficient. The lack of A.J. Brown cannot make your offense that inefficient. You have too many fucking weapons here. And that you refuse to even use some of your weapons is terrifying to begin with. The fact that you refuse to use Dallas Goedert, you were using Britton Covey a lot, and hell, it felt like Devontae was eventually getting targeted at points of the game. He made some huge catches in this game. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? You could say this game is a fireable offense for Nick Sirianni because it's just not kicking the field goal at the beginning of the game, and I think that that 3rd and 4 play or 3rd and 3 play, the pass to Saquon, that was most likely a call from Kellen Moore's perspective. I doubt that was a Sirianni call. It's too much similar structures to last season. That breakdown, that 2-minute drill, that breakdown cannot happen. Unreal. That is just a complete joke, a complete wash. The defensive line is pathetic. You can't force turnovers. You can't pressure the quarterback. You can't pressure the quarterback at all. There were so many times in this game, and Kirk Cousins fucked up on a ton of things in this game. It's not like Kirk Cousins was fucking fantastic. But there were so many situations where you couldn't get fucking pressure on the quarterback, and Kirk Cousins has so much time in the pocket, he has so much time to breathe. You can't get pressure. You can't generate pressure organically. It's ridiculous. Your best play of the game was when C.J. Gardner-Johnson stuffed Bijan on the 4th and 1, which set you up to ice the game, and then all that other shit happened. That can't happen. Unfucking real, man. It's unreal. Here we go. Here's a lot of points right here on Twitter that I do agree with. Dylan Davis here on Twitter. The decision to throw it in the first place on the 3rd and 3. Saquon dropping the ball. The defense letting Kirk Cousins march down the field in 45 seconds. And Jalen throwing a 30-yard interception with a timeout and time on the clock. Yeah, even that play. Why is Jalen trying to play hero ball there? All you have to do is get it to around midfield, get a timeout, or get the ball out of bounds. That's all you got to do. We don't have to chuck it downfield. We don't have to get a score on one play. We don't have to get a fucking touchdown. All we got to do is get it into position to where Jake Elliott has a chance. And you took it away from him because you wanted to play hero ball. And there were so many positives throughout the rest of the game to where you could take from Jalen Hurts' perspective. Because he had a lot of good fucking runs in this game. He had a lot of good drives in this game where it looked like Jalen Hurts found some confidence. And then, like I said, all of that goes down the wayside because you tried to play hero ball on the final drive. The fact that you let Kirk Cousins carve you up in under a minute with no timeouts at all. How does that happen? How does that physically happen? Yeah, you get to the 3rd down in the red zone. I knew they were scoring 100% after that because it was too obvious. It was too obvious. The defense got you their stop. They got the stop they were going to make in the game. That was the 4th and 1 stuff on Bijan. That was the stop. That was their play. They weren't getting anything else the rest of the night. You cannot rely on this defense to win you a game. That is the issue. And they overly relied on this defense. Oh, we'll kick the field goal here. We'll go up by 3. Defense won't let Kirk Cousins go down the field. Well, you got to think again. You got to think again. You got to think again. I would have risked going on 4th and 3, and you would have pinned the Falcons at their end zone. Would have taken more time off the clock at that point. They would have had to go longer down the field. Hell, they probably would have scored regardless because of this fucking defense. Unreal. Unfucking real. That just can't happen. That just can't happen. Here we go. I'm assuming this is through the entire season or just this game. Josh Sweat, this is from Kevin Kinkead of Crossing Broad. Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, Nolan Smith, Bryce Hupp. 1 quarterback hit, 0 sacks, 0 tackles for loss, and 0 passes defended. Your front 4 is utter garbage. Garbage. Your front 4 sucks. You cannot generate pressure on the quarterback. What does Bryce Huff do? Brandon Graham, I'm not expecting much. This dude's on his last Sway song here. It's his final season. I can't expect Brandon Graham to do all the work. And he had a freaking stupid face mask penalty in this game as well. Nolan Smith, what the fuck does he do? What does Bryce Huff do? What does Josh Sweat do? We also saw how much Josh Sweat broke down last year. He couldn't do anything. Granted, with the entire defense. Why'd you let Hassan Reddick go? You know who would be probably generating a lot of pressure on the quarterback? Hassan Reddick. Probably would be generating a lot of pressure. You pay the guy. And you didn't. You chose to bring in a guy to replace that who was an undrafted guy. Had a nice season last year, but he was a situational type of guy. This guy is playing every situation here. 2 weeks. He has been non-existent. He has been a non-factor. All this team was built around, was building through the trenches, generating pressure on the quarterback, offensive line play. That's how this team builds from top to bottom. Build in the trenches. And you have no one that can generate pressure on the quarterback organically. You have no one. Jalen Carter might be something. He did have a pressure near on Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins had to throw it away. So Jalen Carter might be something. I don't know what Jordan Davis is. I don't know what Bryce Huff is. I know what Bryce Huff is. He's non-existent. He's a non-factor. Brandon Graham's on his Sway song here. This is his final season. I'm not expecting much from him. Nolan Smith, that was a waste of a pick at the end of the day. And Josh Sweat, he's a fine player. You don't replace Bryce Huff. You don't replace Hassan Reddick with a Bryce Huff. You don't. Hassan Reddick, find a way to get him back. Because obviously he ain't signing with the fucking Jets. Find a way to get him back. I wouldn't mind it at all. It would improve this defensive front, this way to pressure the quarterback tenfold. It's a joke. Next gen stats. The Atlanta Falcons had just a 0.7% chance of winning with 1:56 left in the fourth quarter, according to NGS win probability model. The comeback is the 7th most improbable win in the NGS era since 2016. Darius Slay postgame. Darius Slay takes blame for the game-winning touchdown. That was for sure my fault. It's tough. We are better than that. Are you? Seth Joyner says that the Eagles need to go get Hassan Reddick to get some pass rush. Anything else from postgame? Okay, so we did get stuff from Nick Sirianni. Saquon Barkley postgame. It was a great play call. I just have to make the catch. Should have just fucking ran the ball. Joe Buck at the end of the game. I've been doing NFL games for 31 years. I don't think I've ever been as shocked as fast as I was tonight with the way that game ended. Or even shocking Joe Buck out there. My God. Just 3rd and 3, and you don't run the ball. You don't run the ball. Don't run the ball. We'll look at some stats for the game. Why not? Jalen Hurts, he was 23 of 30 today, 183 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He took 1 sack. Saquon Barkley, 22 carries, 95 yards. He averaged 4.3 yards a carry. Jalen Hurts, 13 carries for 85 yards. Averaged 6.5 yards per carry. He had a touchdown on a tush push. Longest run was 23 yards from him. Devonta Smith, 7 receptions for 76 yards on 10 targets. He had a touchdown. Dallas Goedert should request a fucking trade. He is not being utilized at all. 3 receptions on 4 targets for 38 yards. Britton Covey, 6 receptions on 6 targets for 23 yards. Saquon Barkley, 4 receptions on 5 targets for 21 yards. Alcantara had 2 receptions on 2 targets for 19. Dotson had 1 target the entire game. He made 1 catch. It was 6 yards. Tackling was terrible today. Reed Blankenship slipping off so many people. Darius Slay slipping off so many people. The touchdown in the halfway point of the game where the Eagles actually made it to a 4th down situation. The Falcons decide to go for it. They allow the 4th down to happen. They allow them to convert on the 4th down. And then the very next fucking play, pass deep, I believe it was to Mooney. If I'm not mistaken, it was to Mooney. C.J. Gardner-Johnson completely pantsed on that play. Slips off everything. Touchdown. And then, yeah, C.J. redeemed himself with the Bijan stop. But then literally fucking over everything. Tackling, slipping on the field, slipping in coverage, leaving guys wide open. How many guys were wide open down the middle of the field today? How many guys were wide open down the middle of the field today? I really want to know. How many guys were wide open down the middle of the field? I think it was a lot. They do it a lot, actually. Blown coverage wide open down the middle of the field. How does that happen? Multiple times in the game. Unreal. Unfucking real. This team, man. It's how. Just don't understand. There we go. From Brandon Lee Gotten. Bryce Huff did not log a stat tonight. Through 2 games, he has 1 assisted tackle and 0 other stats. What does this guy do? What does he do? What does he do? Literally, what does he do? What does he do? What does Bryce Huff do? What does Bryce Huff do? What does Bryce Huff do? Literally. I just don't get it. This is from Fox 29 during the broadcast, I guess during the postgame broadcast. A bunch of fans were leaving early and they thought the Eagles were 2-0 until they came out here. Oh my God. Jalen Hurts says it's a tough loss. He says he trusts Saquon Barkley every day of the week. Jalen spoke to the team after the loss to learn from this. Keep pressing forward. Jalen says they need to concentrate on the details. We're already talking about concentrating on the fucking details. Only concentrating on the we have to focus on the details already. Got to get back to the fucking details. Like, are we serious here? Unreal. Unreal. Just don't get it. Just don't get it, man. Just don't get it. Not giving Barkley any red zone carries. Not kicking the field goal in the first quarter. Just no blitzes all night. And just not running on third down. Terrible. Just absolutely brutal. Unreal. Unfucking real. Let's go to the Anytime Hotline. We got a lot of text messages in here, actually. And we got a couple of calls. Got 3 calls here. So let's go to that. Let's get to the text messages first because there were a lot. We got a text here from Jonathan. Fire Sirianni now. Man. And then we got Zach, who went on a complete rant right here. He also left a voicemail here. Dallas, San Fran, both lost. You had a golden opportunity and you blew it. Disgraceful. It was Drew Lock last year. Now it's Kirk Cousins. Ban the Eagles from Monday Night Football. They are cursed. Didn't feel safe only going up by 6, but I didn't expect the defense to get gassed so quickly. Looks like more of the same from last year with this defense. D-line is pathetic, can't pressure for shit. Cousins had all day to sit in the pocket. O-line was so-so, but they've definitely taken a step back as expected. Can't allow pressure on a 5-man rush for one of the biggest plays of the game. Still a horrible throw by Jalen nonetheless. Saquon absolutely has to catch the ball, just a backbreaker, and if you're going to do that, teams are going to make you pay, especially with that trash defense. Fire Nick Sirianni, this guy's a fucking tool bag, mister. Go for it. You got a damn 4th and 4 at the 9-yard line, which turned out to be a huge decision at the end. Take your points, you stubborn fuck. He's an absolute disgrace. It should have been canned after last year. A Shane Steichen merchant. Okay, my rant is over. I couldn't fit all this into a call, so I am done yapping and I'm off to the liquor store. Peace. Well, actually, let's get to Zach's call. Let's do that. let's get to Zach's call because that was just a text rant. Let's get to the call rant. What do you got, Zach? The hell? Okay, what is the call's not going through? Okay, why aren't the calls going through now? Let me try something here, actually. Let me try something here, boys. Little quick fix here. I apologize for that because for some reason the audio is being weird today. Let me plug this in. Let me plug that in. Make sure that's there. Let's get that up. Make sure that works. That's there. That's there. Let's see if that works. Okay, what's going on here with the voicemails? That is weird. That is weird. I apologize for this, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the voicemails are being weird. What the fuck is going on? Let me try something here. Okay, there is something going on with my audio mixer. I don't know why it's doing this now. Why is it doing this now? Did I do something with the USB thing? Did I do something here? Did I do something? I apologize for this, boys. I don't know why the voicemails aren't working now. I don't know what's going on. Why isn't it coming through my shit? I apologize for this, guys. I really do. I don't know why this is doing this. Why is this doing this now? It's weird. It's just like... Let me see something. Advanced. Advanced. Oh, that's all there. It's interesting. That is interesting. Will the calls go through here, maybe? No, they're just not going through at all. That is weird. Why is it doing this now? I apologize for this, people. I don't know what the reason is. Well, that sucks. That sucks. I guess I'll just read it from the transcript here. So let's get to Zach's voicemail. I apologize for that, guys. Again, I don't know what the cause of that is. For some reason, my audio just like completely fucked up today, so I'm going to have to fix that over the next course of a couple of days. Let's see. Zach says, well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch most of the game until I got home in the fourth quarter, and I got home at the worst fucking part. I mean, next, Nick Sirianni, fire his ass, can his ass right now. You're not going to kick up. You'll go for it on 4th and 4. The game, so good. It's pretty simple. What do I want to get? Okay, so this is the only thing that sucks about reading it from the transcript, because obviously it's just crazy here. Let's see. Because I could see the volume going through the thing. That's just weird. That's weird. That is really weird. I apologize for this, boys. Sean on the call. Same old shit. Just very disheartening performance by the Eagles. Even if they had won this game, I mean, they're doing some things that I cannot forgive. There's some things that I can't forgive. There's some things that I can. I mean, the next Sirianni being the dope, not taking 3 points early in the game. You know, being aggressive is one thing and being stupid is another. Saquon has to catch that ball at the end, but I don't like the play call. I think you have to run the ball there. You have to give him the ball with 40 seconds to go in, no timeouts. But that said, the most disturbing part of this game, and something that isn't going to change, is we have no pass rush. I mean, Kirk Cousins is allowed to fucking stand there and look like Joe Montana. How many years have we seen Kirk Cousins do this to the Eagles? If you get any kind of pressure on this guy, he wilts, but you will allow him to stand there. He's going to carve you up. Where is Bryce Huff? Where is Josh Sweat? Where is Nolan Smith? Unfortunately for the Eagles roster, pass rush are like quarterbacks. Now, this is not an unplugging and plugging back in. For some reason, my audio just completely screwed. Like, I did some tinkering with the Mixcaster. That's probably what fucked it up. So I'm probably going to have to work with it around that over the course of the next few days. So I apologize for that, guys. So, and then we got a call here from, it looks like hey, this is Johnny in LA. I was just watching this game, and I think you got a problem. I think the Eagles got a problem with their coach. He's not a good coach, and he should have kicked the field goal in the first quarter, and then he was running around the sidelines like a fanboy celebrating. It was still 5 minutes to go. Just an embarrassment from a meltdown. Couldn't happen to a better team. Yeah, I agree. I agree there. Like I said, everyone, I apologize for that. I'm going to have to fix this as soon as tomorrow, because we have Phillies recap tomorrow. Obviously, the Phillies lost today, so that sucks. But yeah, that is something that I'm going to have to fix as the day goes along, because I don't know why it started doing that. But we'll see. We'll see, boys. So I apologize for that at the end, but disgrace nonetheless because of the Eagles. Blame the Eagles. Don't blame me. So I appreciate you guys for joining here. Terrible, just meltdown, disastrous meltdown by the Birds tonight. Unacceptable. Can't happen. And I am very concerned. I just am. So thanks, guys, for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Don't pass it off. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I see a lot of you here in the live chat. I'm sorry that the freaking audio just completely threw me out all for a loop. So we'll fix that for next time. But for now,